guys have as founders, how do you have the culture scale in a way where you can feel good about going away for a month and knowing that things aren't going to just break while you're not there?
I think that it's definitely something that we keep learning over and over, right? That it cannot be, things cannot just get done if David or I are here, right? I think that the goal of what we've been doing is creating systems. You've been through this before with all the marketing work that you guys do. It's that we've been creating checklists, right? It's like checklist manifesto, right? Of understanding how do we do the same thing over and over, that discipline, that repetition, like we do with the marketable moment. It's amazing for me to remember, like, early marketable moments, we had to be talking every time. Did you do this? Did you talk to success?
An early marketable moment would be like you and Bilotti coming over to my desk and be like, yo, we got this thing. Can we launch it tomorrow? And then that progressed to like, okay, then we launched some random stuff. And then you had to beat it into my head. What's DG? What is the checklist? No. It's the first Tuesday, or it's the first Wednesday. It's the first Thursday. It's this date. We do this thing. It gets approved this way, right? Like it all is a progression.
And I see, the other day I saw Craig, and Craig is like, I see Craig every day, but
of course,
the other day Craig goes, it's like, I'm on my way. I'm meeting with Dan. We're discussing August, right? Yep. And it's like videos are being made, and it's just an amazing, right? To see the entire team knowing what to do.
Correct. Actually, I haven't talked to you about this, but I think it's good. I felt this at a smaller scale. Like, I'm a super type A person, and like, which is hard to scale that, right? If you're super type A, like my mentality has always been like, oh, if you want it done right, you got to do it yourself, but you can't grow that way. You can't scale that way. And last week I went on vacation, and I actually didn't do much work for the first time in a long time.
Right.
And I came back on Monday.
Well done.
Thank you. And I came back on Monday, and I was like, holy shit, like nothing broke. Like, yes. And that was so liberating to be like, okay, this is good. Like, we have a system here. We have something. I think it takes going away for a day or a week or whatever, and you have to go away and see it and see that like nothing, the world didn't end while you were gone.
Well, I think that that's something that is in general, people don't believe. People think that without them, nothing's going to get done. Yeah. I already learned that because I like to escape once in a while.
Correct.
And I come back, and the world kept going.
I've even seen, like, it's been cool to see you kind of since day one, like as a founder, right? Like early days of Drift, you're actually sitting there coding, right? Now, like, I don't even know where your laptop is because you are spending all of your day, hiring, recruiting, interviewing with people. And I think that would have been really hard to do, but now you've scaled to a point where, like, if you don't check Slack, it doesn't really matter because you got to do other stuff that's more important. And hopefully you have the teams and systems, around the company to get the other stuff done.
Exactly. I think that it's two things. One, people need to learn how to just take off and know that the world is not going to stop, that they're not that important. No, none of us are. And
if you are, then you hired wrong, and we're not doing it right.
Exactly. And so you could leave, and maybe nothing bad happens, but also maybe nothing good
urgency
happens.
Yeah.
But here, at least you left, and you know that a lot of stuff got done. And so that's something to the testament of our culture that we're building, of accountability and rhythm, and show your work, bias for action, deliver this results daily, right? That everyone understands that, and that we've been getting better at teaching that from day one. That's, for example, one of the things that we used to do. When you started, you had to deal directly. Well, you still have to deal directly with DC and me. But what happens is that it was too much for everybody to hear directly from us.
Correct.
On every single thing of how do we want it, what do we expect, what good looks like, what great looks like, what best looks like. And now what we've done is that we put as much of that information as possible into the Drift leadership principles, so people can get those from many other people because it's being written for everybody's growth. Right?
Yeah.